Welcome back into the Sports Drive, everyone. My last guest for today is West Texas A&M softball head coach Michael Mook. I mean, I would ask how you're doing today, Coach, but I'm sure you're doing just absolutely fantastic. Coming off a huge win, literally not even 2 hours ago. You guys survived in advance, beat Colorado Christian 5-4. I mean, just overall, how pleased were you with your team's performance today?
Yeah, just super happy with how they performed. Yeah, they came out in a very competitive game. It seemed like every time we put up some runs, they answered back with a couple runs, but we just were able to hang on to the lead. And I thought our pitchers did a really good job. We played some good defense and had some big hits.
Absolutely. A pitcher, I feel like, that did a great job in the circle, but also had some big hits, as you just said. Emily Boyer, I mean, comes out, throws some great innings, and then gets, you know, the scoring started there with a 2-run blast in the third. I mean, just overall, I mean, her performance not only in the circle, but helping her pitching out in the batter's box as well. What do you have to say about what you've seen from the freshman today?
I mean, it's great when you have a kid that can contribute on both sides, offensively and defensively, and to do it at such a high level. You know, it makes a big difference. She's definitely a high impact player on our team. But, you know, she also has been working really hard, so it's fun to see her succeed.
And then Ruby Salzman, I mean, it just seems like she's been hitting a home run in every single game the past few days. I know she hit her 67th yesterday in the game against Cameron and then hit another one today, a solo shot. I mean, just going up to the plate, I mean, what is her approach going up to the plate each time? I mean, I just have to know just how she's so successful.
You know, I mean, she's just swinging the bat well right now. I mean, I think when she gets up to the plate, she's just hoping that they throw her a pitch to hit because, you know, she's hitting the ball so well. But, again, she's one of those players, too, that's done a lot preparation and worked hard and all that kind of stuff. So, again, it's not surprising, but it's sure fun when she's in the batter's box.
And I went out to the game earlier to get some highlights, and it kind of confused me there a little bit. I know, you know, for the NCAA, you got to, you know, kind of switch home and visitors a little bit. So I walk up, and I'm like, I was about to take a picture of you guys kind of in the dugout, and I'm supposed to just see blue jerseys. So was it kind of weird, you know, being on the other side in the visitors dugout this time?
Yeah, it's a little bit different of a look over there, but I mean, thank goodness the bases are still 60 feet apart and the mound's still 43 feet away, so it doesn't really change too much, but different look, but I thought our kids handled that well and just came out and took care of business.
And then yesterday, you guys, I mean, to get to today, you guys beat Cameron 11-5, a team that you've seen already twice in 2 different series in the regular season. I mean, I know y'all have already played 6 games against them, but technically, you know, it was 2 series. But I mean, it's always is hard to come out, you know, and beat a team. I mean, I know playing basketball is like it's hard to beat a team 3 times almost. But, I mean, just kind of coming out against the LSC opponent yesterday, beating them by 6 to move on to the next round in the postseason here. I mean, just what do you have to say about your teams, the dynamic of that game and just the performance of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought our kids played really well. I mean, there's some advantages and disadvantages. You know, as long as you're preparing well, you know, it can be an advantage that you know what they do and stuff like that. But I think on the flip side, I thought they did a really good job of preparing for our pitchers, and they had some big hits against us. But, you know, in the end, you just, in a game like that, the wind was blowing out. You just got to out-hit the other team. And I thought we did a good job of just coming out and competing and just kind of doing the same thing. Whenever they tried to push back against us, we put up some more runs and just kept scoring.
I know you kind of mentioned the win there. It was horrible yesterday. I mean, I don't know how, I mean, all the balls were probably just, you know, just flying yesterday. But obviously, you guys, made it to the postseason, but the LSC tournament last weekend didn't go kind of how you guys wanted. Got put out in the semifinals there by Oklahoma Christian. But kind of just as a coach, I mean, now preparing and now you are 2 games into the South Central Regional. What was your, like, speak to your team after, you know, getting put out in the LSC tournament last week?
You know, I think it's just motivation. I mean, in the end, learn from it, but it's done and over with. You know, let's kind of forget about it and just be ready for this next week. That's all. All that matters is our next game, and that's kind of been our mantra the rest of this week is just now we're done with that game and be ready for the next one.
And did you see that kind of reflect in practice before Wednesday?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought our team had really good practices this week. You know, they were locked in. Everybody was all in. You know, some of them are wrapping up finals and stuff like that. So you can see the look on their face. The ones that are done with the finals, they just look like a weight's been lifted off from their shoulders. So a little bit more energy and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, really happy with our practices this week.
Kind of a side note, I know you just said kind of done with finals. How many seniors are you guys graduating this year?
we have 7 players that are going to be graduating this year, so it's a big class.
Oh, wow. So are they all like done, or any of them coming back for another year or anything?
Those are the ones that are actually done. They're
okay.
either out of eligibility or they're graduating and have jobs waiting for them.
Oh, that's so exciting. I mean, bittersweet moment for sure. But obviously right now there's a game, you're waiting to see who you will play tomorrow for the finale there at Schaefer Park. Do you have a scoring update on St. Mary's and Cameron?
Last time I looked, I think it was 3-0. St. Mary's was ahead.
Okay. So they'll play Colorado Christian tonight at 5, I believe. All right. So, I mean, kind of, scouting all these teams out and everything. I mean, how do you feel about your girls, turning around and playing probably one of the teams that they've seen the past 2 days again tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, anytime, like I said earlier, anytime you play a team that you've played already, you kind of know what to prepare for, and then it's just a matter of executing, and coming out and making sure that you do what you're supposed to do. So I'm excited. Can't wait to see who we get to play and get ready for them and get ready to go.
Absolutely. So kind of next weekend, so the South Central Super Regionals. So kind of how will that work if you guys win out tomorrow?
Yeah, it just depends a little bit on who wins that regional. I think Tyler has the lead right now. They're sitting in the same spot we are, where they haven't lost. So if they end up winning it, we'd go to Tyler. I think if any of the other teams were to win it, then I think we would probably be here. So we'll see. To be determined yet.
So would you just play one game in that, or would it kind of be what would that look like?
Yeah, sorry, no, it's a 3-game series. So it's Super Regionals. It's best 2 out of 3. So you got to win 2 games and to make it to the World Series.
And so the World Series is in Chattanooga, correct?
Yes,
that kind of
correct.
like been a where it's been, like a place it's been in the past as well?
Actually, this is the first year that it's been there. Maybe it's been there a long time ago, but it's been in Denver for the last few years. And it's rotated around a little bit, but I think we're actually trying to lock it down into one location a little bit more for D2. And I'm excited. I know at some of our conferences that they've had, they had some of the people from Chattanooga coming in and just talking about it. I think they're going to run a really good event there.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, it was funny actually, kind of side note here. The other day, KJ and I were looking it up where you guys would play, in the World Series, and he said somewhere called Chattanooga. I mean, I grew up like an hour and a half away from Chattanooga, like in Georgia. I was like, oh, I know exactly where that is. but yeah, no, it's obviously you guys want to finish out hard. I mean, momentum is a huge part, especially right now in the season, this part of the season where it is, obviously double elimination right now, best 2 out of 3 series. If you guys do make it to next week, I mean, just kind of what are you saying to your team? How are y'all keeping that motivation going?
I mean, I really don't have to say much at this point. I mean, they've put in so much time and work and effort that, they're very motivated. I think they're ready for this next game to start so they can go watch and see who we need to prepare for. And I mean, at this point in the season, our team's just excited to play. This is the fun part.
How excited were they to find out that they were hosting? Y'all were hosting, there at Schaefer Park.
Yeah, they went pretty crazy in the locker room when they heard that pop up there. So that was pretty exciting.
How did y'all, I mean, I know that Colorado Christian was ranked a little bit ahead of you guys. How did that end up, coming to Canyon?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit based on facility, maybe travel distance for the NCAA. There's more teams from this area, a little bit shorter, probably a few less flights and stuff. But honestly, I don't know the exact answer to that. That's all just kind of my assumptions, maybe.
It makes sense. It really does. Well, Coach Mook, I know you have a busy day. A lot of softball, going on right now. Looking forward to tomorrow as well, 2:30, playing the winner of St. Mary's and Cameron, then Colorado Christian, whoever wins that, kind of some tournament play there. But good luck tomorrow as always, and thanks again for joining us on the Sports Drive today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Of course, and we'll be right back on the Sports Drive.